Wow, what a great opportunity to talk about service. What a great room, great people in this room, the opportunity to have this message out on the web for millions of people to see is incredible, and I'm certainly excited and appreciate the opportunity to be here. I have about 7 days worth of information to give you in 7 minutes, 32 seconds, 31 seconds, 30 seconds. There's a clock up here just in case you didn't know. And so I'm going to try to do that in those 7 minutes and 24 seconds now. As Ross mentioned, it rained in May, as many of you know. I believe that the flood of 2010 here in Nashville, in Middle Tennessee, will forever shape, forever alter the way that we view ourselves as a community and the way that we view service. Within 8 days after the flood, just through Hands on Nashville, there were 18,000 individuals that virtually raised their hands and said, "Tell me where to go and I'll serve. Tell me what to do and I'll do it." That is incredibly exciting and that is incredibly powerful. And it is as a result of those individuals and it is a result of their service that our city, our community, the Middle Tennessee region, and the state was able to get itself back up and start the process of recovery. Are we recovered? No. Are we weeks away from recovery? No. Months? No. We're years away from recovery. There are individuals that are broken in a way that it will take a lifetime to heal. There are homes that are injured in ways that it will take months and years to heal, but we are well on our way to that recovery. So next to my name in the program somewhere, it says Brian Williams, Executive Director, Hands on Nashville, Service with Passion. So here's my question to you. What are you passionate about? What gets your blood pumping? For me, personally, it's an unrelenting hunger to identify efficiencies in human services, exploit those efficiencies to the betterment of our clients and our community. One of those efficiencies is service, is volunteerism. The reason I took my job at Hands on Nashville, the reason I come to work every day with a smile on my face is because of the service that we can provide and the efficiencies we can provide to our nonprofit community through service and through volunteerism. So that's my question to you. What gets your blood pumping? What makes you excited? What can you be involved in? My next question is, how can you be a catalyst for this efficiency? What can you do to support our community through that efficiency, through service? How can we change our community? How can we change the world? One of the ways is by thinking of service as a lifestyle or as a lifestyle choice, not as a thing you do for 3 hours on a Saturday. Now, there are lots of ways that we organize volunteers in 3-hour increments on a Saturday, and that's appropriate. But service is about a way of thinking. It's about a lifestyle choice. It's about how we choose to live our lives, who we interface with, how we choose to give of our time, our resources, etc. By identifying your passions, what you have to give, and then taking what I like to think of as a single-minded, aggressive approach to impact that issue, we can be a catalyst for change through service. And I want to go back and talk about that word aggressive just for a moment because I use it very intentionally. When I was growing up, I played sports. I loved playing sports, and I was an okay athlete. I was fortunate in that I had a grandfather and a father who both taught me from age probably 3 or 4 on up to be aggressive athletically. And what that meant to me was this kind of unrelenting desire to get better, to achieve, to do more than, to kind of strive to reach beyond myself and my talents. And I've taken that beyond sports and beyond school into not only work, but into service. And I think it's as a result of that aggressive nature towards service that we can affect change positively and appropriately for our community. What this looks like for us is taking an idea that you have, the talents you have, and addressing a specific issue with it. I would ask us all to not simply rely on our nonprofit leaders or our community activists or our elected officials to tell us where to go and how to engage. I would encourage you, in fact, I would implore you to seek those opportunities out. To say, I've got an idea, I've got something I can give, I've got a way I can support, I've got a talent that I can engage. To find that issue area, that problem that you want to solve, grab it, wrestle it to the ground, own it, make it yours, and engage and solve it. And that's what this is about. That's what service with passion is about. Service with passion is about identifying what you have to give and not being passive and saying, well, tell me where to go and I'll do that thing. And that's great. There's nothing wrong with that. But service with passion is saying, I've got this skill set, whatever that skill set is, or I have this interest, or I have this talent, and I want to give it. I want to do this. And that's one of the things that we saw in the flood of 2010. One of the reasons that this community was able to respond in the way that it did was as a result of individuals serving with passion. I'll give you a quick story about that. This isn't related to a specific skill set, but it is certainly service with passion, and we know that disasters tend to bring this out in people. It was Sunday evening of the flood, May 2nd, I believe it was, and I'm sorry that my memory on that is a little bit sketchy, but it was Sunday evening, and I was in a conversation with the mayor and the governor and the Corps of Engineers, and there were some concerns about whether or not the levees would hold and if they would be breached. And so there was a question. The mayor turned to me and said, how many people can you have and how quickly can you have them to start sandbagging those levees? And I said, in kind of naivete, or you might call it ignorance, I'll have as many people as you want, wherever you want, whenever you need them. Probably not the smartest thing I've ever said in my life. But I was excited, I was motivated, and I had supreme confidence in you, supreme confidence in our community to respond. We went in and we pressed the go button, which there's lots of details about what that go button looks like. But we pressed that go button, and some of you have heard me say this before, within 25 minutes, there were 300 people on site to start sandbagging those levees. That is service with passion. That is saying, I'm going to take this issue, I'm going to take this thing, whatever this thing is. It's a flood. It's a child that needs to be read to. It's an individual that's hungry. It's someone that needs to be clothed. Whatever the issue is. It's a playground that needs to be cleaned. It's a wall that needs to be painted. And you're going to wrestle it to the ground. You're going to own it. And you're going to engage with it. And that's service with passion. And I want to say thank you all for having me. Thank you for the 8 minutes taking of your time to let me talk with you about service with passion. And if we can engage any of you in service, I would be happy to do so, whether that's at Hands on Nashville. There are millions of opportunities across this country to engage, and I would encourage you to do that here locally, regionally, in this country, and across the world. Thank you very much.